Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and I am ready to get my planner all set up for the month of June and share some special news with you. We are almost halfway through the year, which is crazy. June is a great time as we are wrapping up the first half of the year to take a look at your planner, to update anything that needs to be tweaked just so that your planner is working really well for you, which is why I'm super excited, A, to get my planner set up for the month of June, and B, to announce that the June focus in Patreon is going to be Planner Camp. We are going to celebrate all things planners. We're going to do a fun summer camp theme, and I have some great activities planned that I cannot wait to tell you about over in Patreon, including some bonuses in the month of June. So I definitely want you to take advantage of those, but let's get my Franken planner set up for June. I want to show you how I combine several different planners to put them together into a planner that works really well for me. I will link everything that I use down below. Otherwise, let's go. All right, let's start out with what I am working on right here. So I do what is called a Franken planning system, which means I combine several different planners. I use different layouts for different parts of my life, and I put them all together. So I create kind of like a new planner each month. It's the same format for me. It's just a matter of putting it together. I knew I was going to be using this cover that is part of the new Squad Girls collection from the Happy Planner. This was one of the new notebooks. So I took the cover off the notebook, and I am using these beautiful purple metal discs. They bring me so much joy, and that is going to be the basis. And then what you're going to be seeing me do is pull from several different planners to put them all together. I pull the month of June out of each of these planners, put them all together into one planner. It's a fun process to do each month because it feels like a fresh new planner each month. It gets me very excited to jump into the next planner, and I just love getting to use a lot of different covers through the year, a lot of different supplies. It brings me a lot of joy, and the Franken planning system works really well from a functional standpoint for me. It allows me to have my home planner and my work planner and my daily planner and all of these different things all in one, so that when I am on the go with my kids in the evening, I can bring everything with me and get things done. So as I am putting this planner together, let's talk a little bit about Planner Camp in June over on Patreon. I am beyond excited about Planner Camp. Now, this is not like an actual go to camp situation. It's all going to be a virtual camp, but it's going to kind of harken back to the old camp days that we all used to enjoy. Now, I was not really a big outdoorsy person. The type of camps I went to a lot of band camps back in the day. I used to do basketball camp, that kind of thing. But I still think there's a lot of commonalities, no matter what type of camping you like, a lot of commonalities with camp. And so we're going to take the camp theme and we are going to apply it to our planners in the month of June. So what does that look like over on Patreon? Well, we are going to have 4 exclusive videos, all camp theme around our planner. 2 of the videos are going to be called Camp Crafts, because how can you have a camp without doing crafting? And we're going to craft some custom planner charms and custom dividers that you can use in your planner throughout the year, because I think camping and crafts go perfectly together, and why not apply those crafts to your planner? I think camp is also all about trying new things. So we also have an exclusive video that is going to be looking at some new layouts, some different layouts, and some different ways to use some of the layouts that you know and love. Sometimes you just need a fresh perspective to really get the most out of your planner. And I think trying new things at camp can go hand in hand with trying new things in your planner, and experimenting and kind of figuring out what works best for you is the best way to kind of create a planner that you are going to love. And lastly, I think camp is all about making friends and Who can forget camp care packages? Come on, those were absolutely the best. So we're also going to really focus on connecting as a community and maybe even creating a couple little care packages to send to your fellow planner babe friends. It's going to be a great time over in Planner Camp over on Patreon, and I hope that you guys will come and join us. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about some June bonuses in a second, but let me explain what is happening right here. These are stickers that I created for my planner. This is my work planner. I use the color block layout for my work planner, and you can see I have categories down the left-hand side: Patreon, filming and editing, socials, collabs, coaching, and check-in. And I add these labels every month. I just made the stickers with my Cricut, and it makes it a really functional planner for me. I don't actually decorate this layout at all. It's just for writing on, which is one of the reasons I really like the color block, because it already has a little bit of color in it. And these stickers help me stay organized. And it's one of the ways that I work really hard to personalize my planner and really make it work for me. And the stickers help me with that a lot. So you'll see me doing that. And then you'll also see me adding some custom stickers to the monthly layout, which is what I use as my financial or my budget planner for all things work. So you'll see me do that as well in just a few minutes. And using those custom stickers really helps get it set up and ready to go for the month. All right, as I finish getting this one set up, let me know down below if you have any questions on how I work with this particular planner or how I like to customize my planner. It's all about making it, you know, something that's going to function for you. So this is the monthly layout. It's one that I use, like I said, for my budget planner. And I brainstormed at the beginning of the year the different categories or different sections that I would need specifically for my business budget planner. So financial goals. Then I have a list of all of my income tracking. Because of my job, I have income that comes in from a lot of different places, like different small amounts that come in from different places. It can be really easy to lose track of. I like to have an action item section that is all about action items that have to do with financial things. Over here, this is where I kind of keep track of my different spending categories. That's something I hadn't done in the past, and I really want to know where my business income is going. What am I spending it on? How is that working out? Two of my major areas that I like to track are Patreon, so I like to keep track of the stats over there, what the monthly average is, how my patron numbers are going, things like that. And so I keep track in those boxes. And then I also like to keep track of those rolling expenses. So things that maybe I only have to pay a few times a year, but I need to budget for that each month so that it doesn't catch me by surprise when I have to like renew my website or pay for another large expense. All right, now that that is done, let's go ahead and do a plan with me with my June monthly layout. I am going to be using the Retro Babe sticker book from Live Love Posh. It is adorable, and I knew as soon as I saw it that I would be using it in my very next plan with me. So here it is, and I had to grab those rainbows first, of course. All right, I'm going to work my way around the spread, adding rainbows and florals to kind of create a border around the whole spread. And as I do that, let me tell you a little bit more about some of the bonuses happening right now over on Patreon. Normally over on Patreon, I offer printables every month. They are gorgeous decorative printables, and I know that my patrons have really been loving them because I've seen them using them in their planners and in all kinds of projects. Well, in the month of June, there are actually going to be printables every single week. So every Monday in the month of June, we'll start out with some gorgeous, fun camp printables, and I think you're really, really going to like them. And for a special bonus, those printables will be available to all the tiers of Patreon. Normally, they're only available at the green tier, but I thought as a fun camp special, we're going to open that up to all of the different tiers. So no matter what tier you join, you're going to have access to those fun camp printables. Also this month, as a special bonus for all of my new patrons, I have some sticker sheets that I will be sending you as happy mail, so you can think of it as your own little camp care package coming directly from me for all of the new members of Patreon, because I want to welcome you. I'm so excited that you are here. And along with the fun bonuses, we have a lot of other camp themed things that are going to be going on in June for Patreon. Every month, there are 8 exclusive videos released over on Patreon that are only available to patrons. So those will be available. 4 of them will be camp themed and 4 of them will be themed around other things that I do on my channel at times. We also have 2 live streams every month and 2 Scrappy Zoom calls. Those are calls where we hang out. We kind of craft together. People work in their planners. People will work in their journals. People do all kinds of things. And we have a fun time crafting and chatting. Sometimes we play games. Sometimes we do activities. But it's a really good way to connect with other creatives around the world, really. And it's a fun time for all. So we have those twice a month as well. You'll find tips and tricks that will be planner themed in the month of June over on Patreon. And of course, you receive early access to all of my YouTube videos, and that happens at every single tier. All in all, there is a ton of bonus content over there, but really I think the best part is the community that is being formed, and I think most of my patrons would say the same exact thing. So I hope you consider heading over there. If you actually sign up for a full year of Patreon, you receive a 15% discount on the price of your tier. So it really saves you a lot of money. You're able to sign up for a full year for around $50 at the pink tier, which is the first tier. And then you can kind of scale up from there to see what works for you, or you can take it month by month as well. If you ever have any questions about what's going on over on Patreon or what you can expect, you can always leave me a comment down below and I will get back to you, or you can send me a message on here or on Instagram and I'd love to chat with you about it. I have the link to Patreon down in the description box below, so head on over, check it out, see if there is a tier that might work for you, and we would love to welcome you over into the craft studio, and we'd love to have you for planner camp. All right, as I've been chatting about planner camp, obviously I've made a lot of progress here on my monthly spread. So I added the washi tape border all the way around, which is something I'm doing for every monthly spread this year because I really like the way it pops in my planner. And then I'm just grabbing some of these decorative stickers. I decided not to add any of my functional box stickers quite yet, mostly because a lot of our plans are a little still up in the air. It's summertime. We have a little bit more of a free schedule, although my kids are doing camps and things like that. But I'm going to fill that in just a little bit. We're focusing on the decor here. How cute are the cassette tapes? I wanted to include those, and then yeah, I had to include the peace signs too, just because I love the circles and how they kind of pick up with the florals. So cute. I love this book from Live Love Posh. I will definitely link it down below because it's adorable. It just came out, and I think it's one of the cutest books I've seen in a long time. I'm going to add a few finishing touches here and there, and then I will pop this back into my June planner. Now, I don't move into my planner until the very beginning of the month, and so there are a few things left in my May planner that I end up transferring over, including all the clear dividers that I have and some of the intro pages and stuff like that. So that all gets popped over. For real, we'll take it out and move it over on June the 1st, just to make sure that everything is functional for the month. But I've really been enjoying changing up my planner on a monthly basis this year. I just like how it keeps things fresh and new, and I like how it gives me the freedom to change things up, which is one of the reasons I love, love, love disc planning. Thank you so much for hanging out with me as I got my June planner all set up. Hopefully it inspired you to pull out your planner and get it set up for the coming month. I still can't believe we are already hitting June. That is just so crazy. I also hope that you'll consider joining us for planner camp over on Patreon. Remember, all of those bonuses are happening and I don't want you to miss out. So you can always check the link for Patreon down in the description box below. I cannot wait to see you over there, and I cannot wait for planner camp. Huge shout out to all of my patrons. You guys are the absolute best, and I hope that all of you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.